Hello guys, what's up? This is Sharon talking. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about Battle with Lizardman Lord, and if you guys watched my last live stream, I tried to defeat the stages here with the squad. I tried different setups actually, and I consider this to be the hardest content in the game so far. I believe it's harder than any of the attacks events. Yes, even Kaczynski or Dentag. Because it's two enemies and it's very hard to keep sustaining the incoming damage that they produce. And you cannot exactly choose which one you want to debuff. You could try to debuff them, but they are strong against blunt. And, well, if you bring too many debuffers, you are doomed as well, because you cannot produce damage. And the best debuffers in the games are blunt users. If you bring 3 debuffers, you still need to bring a healer. I don't know how you can handle just debuffing these characters. You can try to bring the buffers that are slash damage dealers that use flowing slash. That should work, but also because they have very high will, you may miss some debuffs. So you can keep retrying till you land STR debuff to try to decrease the damage. You can inflict a stun on them. They have 50 points on resistance. There are strategies that could work that debuff the stun resistance of the enemy. We have Summer Jamil. We also have Annie. Annie is actually better for this. She has Heaven Alert, that's medium chance to inflict stun, and she can also stun by passive and also decrease the stun resistance. It's a very cool thing, but my Annie is not ready. I cannot bring her to this fight. Maybe in the future. So the only thing that I can do here is try to bring the new Award Yunzin to try to inflict stun. We can also bring Award Monica for stun damage. You can already see that this was made for that. They already knew that maybe using Stun Yunzin, you get the upper hand on this fight. That's why they released Yunzin before the normal time. At least I think so. They are smart people. They are developers. We are the ones trying to fight against what they develop. And, well, most of the attacks from this boss are direct attacks. And that will be the perfect time to use SS Robin, the one that we got for free from the event. But I don't have books to fully awaken him. Let's show what you could do here. Let me search for Robin, and he's kind of very strong for this fight. You can use Matador for counter. Matador counter only direct attacks. If you have 2 bucks to awaken this to 7 BP, I think you can use him. He will deal very high damage if you have him maxed. But the problem for me is that 9 BP is not good enough for cycling. You will use this once and then you have to skip 2 turns to be able to use this again, and the enemies do so much damage that you cannot wait so long. Maybe with 7 VP you can use 1 every 3 turns as well, but sometimes it will be 1 every 2 turns, and that should be good. At least there's one good thing here is that it attacks with Pierce most of the time. You barely will see any blunt damage here, so bring equipment that resist against Pierce. We don't have many because the Flores of Mystery got updated with equipments that are resistant to Pierce, and they are boots. But we can only get 2 so far because it's one thing that you can get by a month. You can also use A equipment. We had this one in the past, Holy Knight Stockings, when the game started actually. And you can also use some other equipment that it's boots to decrease the Pierce damage. Well, the strategy that I chose here is to use parry. If you don't have Albert, no problem. If you started playing the game recently, maybe you have another character that's Sephira. Sephira also has access to parry by her S style. And you can inherit to her SS style, or just use the S style as well, because you only need parry active for 3 turns, then you have 1 turn without parry, if it's fully awakened, and then you can keep using parry again. We need to be very strong on the first 3 turns. So, what I brought here is Global Exclusive Katarina for slash damage. She has a very high damage output, especially because she can also buff herself with slashing decree. And also Double Crush is super strong when you're starting the fight. You could use Glacial's word, but I don't think I will be using Glacial. We'll just keep using Double Crush in normal attack when I don't have it. The second one is Monica. Actually, on my first try, I was using Fairy. Fairy can do just fine. So the other one is Yunjin, the new award Yunjin, because we can stun those enemies, but not with a good chance, because they still have very high will. Even Bubble Pop may fail sometimes, but we will decrease their agility by the use of Princess White Rose. She's the full healer here. We also have a healing with Yundin for backup healing. Maybe something happens and your White Rose you die. So let's see if you can defeat it. We are using the Rising Phoenix formation because this one is actually the best one to draw enemy attacks. With Albert in the center, he will start with parry. Okay, parry. This one is also good because it increases agility and will. We need will to decrease the chance of being... let's see here what he has. I think that he can stun. Yeah, he has Reaper that can stun. If you have more will, you can avoid being stunned. I think that's the only thing that he do. Yeah, he doesn't have anything else. It's just damage, 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 and damage. If he uses magic, it's always AoE, usually. And that's where it comes the most of the damage. I will not try to debuff him. I didn't choose this path. I only choose a path where I can do very high damage and try to stun lock them later. If they attack too much of the other characters, I may fail. So what we'll do here is just start with Double Crush with Katarina. Maybe we cannot even use this on turn 1 because we can wait till she can trigger her own passive. There's no reason to keep using attacks right now. So what I'll be doing is normal attack. And Monica, same thing. She also has a buff that can only trigger after she attacks. And it's this buff here, Fighting Spirit. So once this trigger, I will start using Linear Cross. Because, well, I will not be able to kill those enemies in 2 turns, so at least 3 turns is needed to kill at least one of those enemies. For now, just normal attack. And I start with Yundin using Water Hammer, because we don't have speed enough to make them stun it. So Water Hammer will be my attack. And Princess White Rose will start with Chocolate Ball. So let's see if they attack Albert. Well, they started with AoE damage. They are attacking people that they should not be attacking. And yeah, they are not attacking Albert. So this fight is a huge problem because of this. So I will retreat here because we didn't get the RNG we wanted. So at least once I will retreat because I can explain what is happening. Well, we have around 60% chance of them attacking Albert. But even so, it may fail. And that's when we retreat. And then we have to trigger everything again and do the same strategy with this squad. Well, screw that. I tried more than 20 times to get the perfect RNG for the fight, and they were either killing my healers or doing something when I was close to winning and it didn't work. So, if you want to follow that strategy, I managed to beat Challenge 3 with that one, but for Romancing, I was not getting the perfect RNG, so I gave up and tried a new different approach. And I will show you, it worked. Well, I already beat the stage, so I will just explain my strategy and comment on every part of this strategy so you can understand. If you have the characters, I think that it needs less retries than using parry. This strategy do not use parry, guys. It's full power and with some sustain, because the frontal characters here are important to this strategy. But actually, Halloween Vampire is not that much. The formation is that our Moon Strike. When I lost a lot of times, I was thinking about doing damage because I was never doing damage enough to kill at least one of the lizards. And when I killed one, I was kind of already half dead. So I decided to choose for a more offensive-oriented formation, and Dragon Strike is the best one we have in the game for offensive-oriented strategies. Because it buffs 4 characters that are on the front lines. 4 characters are boosted and they get more damage. The slots number 1 and 2 are also more likely to be attacked, while slots 3 and 4 get more damage. They reduced their SHA by 25%, but it barely matters. White Rose still able to heal them from 0 to max. And, well, White Rose is here on slot number 5 with less agility and endurance, but she will have to survive. She has some RNG to heal on some turns, and that usually works if you have a good RNG. But man, I do believe you have less need of retreat by using this strategy. And I'll explain why I'm using Halloween Vampire Lady on the front line. It is because she will negate damage on turn 1. And she can also use something to try to stun the enemies. She can use Knee Split And you can equip her with an elemental weapon. It gives her more intelligence so that she can inflict stun with more chance, but it's still not reliable. She is here because on turn 1 she will negate damage. You maybe need to retry till you can get the enemies to attack either Vampire Lady or Acelus. Acelus has 25% chance to negate damage. That's the reason why they are my frontline characters. Halloween Vampire Lady will only do damage if you have her Heaven and Earth Awakened that you got from her older SS style, but I don't have that one, still using 8 BP, so I decided to use Knee Split to try to stun them sometimes. Heaven and Earth has same chance, like medium chance, but it's more damage. But, well, when I have low HP, I will use Inhale Energy to heal some damage back, because she will keep being attacked. That's the reason why I'm using this equipment with her, Hydra Leather. You can also instead use the new equipment I didn't use, and with any of the two characters, like, prefer to use the Hydra Leather on Acelus, and then the other equipment that we got, the new SS Harmonia Suite on Halloween Vampire Lady, because it decreases agility, and her agility is better than Acelus one. To Acelus and Harmonia Suite to Vampire Lady, so that they have similar agility. So, after you did this, you are ready for the fight. Now it's time to try to defeat the enemies. But remember, you have to bring 2 strong characters to the middle lines where they get more damage, and I choose it, my global exclusive Katarina and Fairy. Fairy does more damage than Monica. Award Monica is on level 42, and my Fairy is also on level 42. My Acelus is level 49, my White Rose is level 49, my global exclusive Katarina is 46, and then I have Fairy on level 42. Where is my Fairy? Here. Here, Fairy with level 42, and Halloween Vampire Lady with level 43. So this worked, and now I'll show you how I did, and I will do some live commentary between the run, and okay, let's do it. So the battle will start, but let me say something. Halloween Vampire Lady is not exactly needed here. You can use Gustav, you can use Final Empress, she will work even better. Use the healing from Final Empress into your global exclusive Katarina or on your Fairy. That would be way better, but this is what I had, so I have to bring Halloween Vampire Lady. So the battle will start. Let's talk about what I do here. I start with the Rosario Impale because it deals more damage to a single target. I want to kill one of the lizards. I try to stun with Halloween Vampire Lady using Knee Split, then Double Trick, and Double Crush, and Chocolate Ball. If you get combos in the start, it's better because the damage increases by 30% at least. It's very nice. They stunned my Fairy, so she will not attack on this turn, but no problem. Double Crush with Rosario Impale is super strong. And if you get global exclusive Katarina to attack the same lizard, is better, but sometimes she just chooses different targets, even attacking the older one sometimes. And on the start of the fight, they may evade some attacks because they have very high agility. That's why White Rose is super important on this fight. I still try to stun them with Knee Split, but it doesn't work. But it may work for you guys, I don't know. My Halloween Vampire Lady is still not maxed, and they have very high will as well. I think they cannot be easily stunned. Even Yunjin sometimes have difficulty. And Double Trick again, because we want even more STR. Like I said, she deals very high damage on this fight. Way better than Award Monica for the reward. And then Mirage Step, Chocolate Ball. Again. Okay. Deal by a combo, so it's very nice damage. We can still try to use Knee Split while Halloween Vampire Lady is on full HP. The problem is that they are not attacking her so much. It's good when they attack her so that she can heal by herself. Kinda of reducing the need of the healing spell from our White Rose, because sometimes it's just so much for her. She's alone here to heal, and that can be too much trouble for White Rose. Finally they attack it, or Halloween Vampire Lady. Ray of Hope is used on Acelus. Acelus have to stay alive. Well, Halloween Vampire Lady is dead, but that's not much of a problem because Acelus is still on full HP. So use Double Crush always when needed, and you have enough BP, but it's good if you use Double Crush after she uses her passive that triggers more slash damage. Even now they still evade attacks, it's impressive. And you can see that Fairy is finally doing more than 10,000 damage with a single Double Trick. Because buff stacks, and that's super important. You see, Asuna just deflect one attack when she would supposed to die, and we are very close to kill the first Lizardman. And at least 3 characters are almost dying. That's where things start to fall apart. But well, it still depends on Asuna avoiding some attacks and they choosing the correct characters to deal damage. Like this, they didn't kill Vampire Lady. I killed one lizard, and now this lizard can only attack once more. Yes. And now I made a bad decision. I think it was a bad decision, but it's still working. I have White Rose on overdrive. I have Asuna on overdrive, and there's something that happens here that I want to show you. Let me pause. On this point here, when you kill the first Lizard Lord, the second one will be able to do 3 attacks in a row, because he can use triple strike after one of them died. And this is where you want to use stun. If you have overdrive, you can guarantee that you will go before the may still not stun him because he has some resistance to stun. That's why I try to use Heaven and Earth. You can also try to use Knee Split if you're using Vampire Lady or any other character that you can bring here. If you are bringing Final Empress, she does not have that, but you will just have to sustain. With Final Empress, you should use the second skill because it increases her defenses. So that should be very nice. Also, Final Empress can get very strong here because of the second skill. She can increase the resistance to damage so that if they attack her, she may still survive even more now. And I tried using Hail Energy because I want more HP. I know that this may be a problem if he chooses to attack the wrong characters. And double trick again, followed by Chocolate Fall. I don't have Ray of Hope here, so that's a problem. I wish I had Ray of Hope so I will heal Princess White Rose herself, but I did it. So I used what I had. I tried having a nerve, blowing slash. I tried to decrease the ScherBR, but it didn't work. Here I also didn't stun, so now can attack 3 times and kill it. Princess White Rose. But Halloween Vampire Lady was still alive because of her healing attack. And now the Lizardman Lord is already dying. We have to just use the strongest attacks we can. And Katarina does not have enough PP to use something important. And then we have double trick on overdrive. And just look what we have. Fairy got a lot of buffs just on the start of the fight. She's super strong for long fights. Look on this 15,000 damage, almost 16,000 damage, and then now the Lizardman Lord is almost dead, and he just died. So you can see the fight is not easy, but I won on the 3rd try, and I was trying for the parry strategy for more than 20 times, and it was not enough to defeat the boss. So maybe using this strategy here is better. I think it is better because it kind of relies on less RNG than the parry one. If you are using parry, you kind of need them to keep attacking the character that you are using parry, and sometimes they just don't want to do that. So this is my strategy. It worked super fine. I hope you can replicate if you have the same characters and if you are having difficulty. And now I just want to talk about one last thing. It is how to auto-farm very easily on this event with the squad. That's very similar to the one I was using. Let me just change some stuff. Okay, so this is the strategy. I have removed my Howling Vampire Lady in favor of the Platinum style that deals a little more damage. Then we have Monica instead of healer. Yeah, because she can still do very good damage, and she's here on the backlines. So we will use this strategy for stage number 7. That's a good place to farm. The higher you are here, the higher will be the chance of getting one of the drops. And we want the drop because it's a good weapon, especially good for those that got Final Empress. I still don't have mine, but, well, let's farm the weapon. I'll start with stage number 7, because it's easier. And this strategy has 90% success rate on stage number 10. I would say that it's 90%, yes. While on stage number 7, it's 100% chance. And just choosing a strategy that's fully for damage, it's faster. Way, way faster than using a healer. So let's see what happens here. It's full auto. You also aim for the first Lizardman Lord and then they go to the other one. Yeah, one is already dead on turn 1. Not always, but most of the time if you get combo it's even easier. Like this combo here. Yeah, they are dead in 2 turns. So Dragon Strike is very strong formation, and well, you should take use of it because it's one of the best one in the game. So you got a weapon. You can see stage number 7 is already very good for drops. But if you want to try stage number 10, I don't know why, but maybe it can have a better drop rates. I don't know. I don't have information about the drop rates on the stage, but I know that the higher you are, the higher will be the results. But I don't know if stage number 7 and 10 are the same. But let's just run stage number 10 and see if it still works. So well, let's see how they perform here. Stage number 10 is a little harder because they have very high agility here, and they may attack before us. Just like that. And Acelus was stunned. Oh man. She didn't evade any attack here. Double trick. Double crush. She attacked one. And the other hit was for the other. Everyone is still alive at least. Well, they stunned 2 people now. Yeah, and Acelus didn't do anything. She was stunned and then she was killed. But yeah, this is just an average run. Sometimes she deals a lot of damage, sometimes this happens. But the good about this strategy is that usually someone still survives and kills the last Lizardman Lord. So I'm inheriting linear cross, but you don't need to. Yeah, we are kind of close to defeating this enemy already. I think this turn we'll be able to. Yeah, double trick will kill. Very close. Yeah, and now we're done. This is an auto strategy for stage number 10 as well. And, well, I will be running stage number 10 till I get the weapons I want. This weapon is only a little better than the one that we have currently, and it's better for Final Empress because it has love. Let's give a look on this. Yeah, it has love. We don't need love with most other characters. So, if you have Final Empress, you can try to get a light version of this weapon. Here you don't need light plus, but light is okay. And maybe one STR plus also if you don't need the healing in the future. At least one of every type is okay. So guys, this is it. Thank you for watching this video. Hope it helped you in any way. And if you want to support the channel, please use the Patreon, PayPal or Coffee buttons on the description of the video. We see each other on the next one. Bye.